Hi, greetings from the Pacific Northwest. Bo here. Got some vinyl finds from the Lake City Record Show, and I also got some VCLT from Mr. Matt Sands, very generous guy. You all know him. You all know him. You know, his channel is much bigger than mine, deservedly so. And I also wanted to talk about, we're going to start off by talking about these guys. This is the Malpass Brothers. Uh, where I live in Shelton, Washington, currently, perhaps not much longer, the Mason County Concert Series is put on by, Concert Association is what it's called. It's a group of individuals and businesses. They bring in different acts, and one of the Irish tenors came and performed once. The Canadian tenors. So they try to find some people that that have some you know have some people have some knowledge of them, that they're a little bit more widely known for a town of only 10,000 people like this. So, but these guys, I highly recommend them if you like traditional country music, and I do. A couple of young guys, they adhere to the old country traditions. They toured for a number of years with Merle Haggard. They've opened for Willie Nelson. They've opened for quite a few artists, and they are straight out of 50s, 60s, 70s country music. Great players. They're both good guitar players. Their band's good, excellent. And it was really inexpensive to go check these guys out. So the Malpass Brothers, if you see these guys, if they're coming to your town, highly recommend go checking them out. They were really good, really awesome. Anyhow, so I'm going to start with the VCLT from Mr. Matt Sands. Generous guy. Check out his channel. If you guys are subscribed to me, you know him. He also has a radio show that over the years, that I've kind of hyped up quite a bit too. It's on WJMU. You can get it through your app on this phone thing, whatever that's called, TuneIn Radio. That's how I listen to them. Sure, if you're in the area, you can listen to them. I think it's 96.9. If I got that wrong, sorry, but I don't listen to the regular radio. I got to go through the app. So Matt Sands. Let's start with this. A couple of I call them EPs. These are 45s, French pressings of Francois Hardy. He knows I'm a huge fan. These came in. He held these out for me. So kind of him. Got a pair of them. I'm a huge fan, and these are on Vogue. And they've got the little, the built-in adapter. Really cool. I like picture sleeves. Recently, I've been kind of purging to my brother-in-law. He's got a really nice, I think it's a Wurlitzer jukebox. He lives in South Carolina, so I've been sending a lot of my 45s to him. But anything with picture sleeve stays. And anything that I have the album for, I've been sending him some good stuff. He likes beach music, but I've been sending him some garage rock, some psych rock too. He likes, because he's an older guy, he likes that stuff. I'm not that old, and I like that stuff. Next record, Bang. This is kind of akin. A lot of people compare this to early metals, Black Sabbath, Led Zeppelin is how, in Endless Trip is how they describe it. It's early 70s. It's hard rock. This is kind of hard to find. So much appreciative of that. Matt also sent this. This is a 1980. I think it's a UK pressing from 19 on PRT, and I have a US copy of this, but this is really cool. The Kinks. Very kind of him to send that along as well. And then anybody and then last but not least, actually he sent me one other record, but I've already, that was an upgrade, and my old copy is on the way to somebody else's VCLT, so I don't want to show it, give it away, so that person doesn't know they're getting it. So, so they're getting my old copy, and he sent me a really nice copy. Anyhow, he also sent me this. Anybody that knows, been watching my videos, knows that I called him out Buster Scruggs style. So wham, the Ballad of Buster Scruggs, unopened. And of course, Tim Blake Nelson sings a couple of songs on here, like he did in the movie. And it's got that other guy, Willie Watson. I'm really into Willie Watson, so this is going to be really cool. He played the guy that gunned Buster Scruggs down in the movie. So anyhow, so there's that. Now, on to, I want to see what order I want to do these in. These are my vinyl finds from the Lake City Record Show. Lake City is a suburb of Seattle. It's on the north end. You got to go across the Lake Washington Bridge. Gary knows where it is. Gary lives in Seattle. Hi, Gary. Gary doesn't make videos very often anymore, but anyhow, I was hoping I'd see him there. I didn't. This is on San Francisco Records. This is Victoria's Secret of the Bloom. Yeah. It's kind of cool because it's got a lyric sheet kind of poster that came with it on the back. It's folk music. It's kind of, gets described as a little bit psychedelic. It's not San Francisco. I think it's the same label that Cold Blood, I believe, is on, which is pretty cool. Cold Blood's a little bit more psychedelic than this is, but this is more in the traditional folk style. But it was cheap, so I thought at the price that it was listed at, it was definitely worth picking it up and giving it a shot. I'm just checking out what order I want to do these in. Let's do this one next. Okay, this is not an original. This is this is not. I could not afford an original of this. But what this is still pretty cool. This is a 1983 UK bootleg. It's an unauthorized pressing on Psycho Records. So this is from 1983. And what this was in its original form, and this form is a reissue of. These young guys, it was for Walico, if that's how you pronounce it, because I don't remember it, candy. I think you sent in like 5 or 6 rappers and $1.50 or $2, and you got this record. And it's really good. It's got some Eastern tinge stuff. It's got a lot of garage rock, some psych rock. This is a really good record. Reissues are not super easy to find. This was not expensive, but first time I've ever even seen the reissue of it, so it's more than how. I don't know that Sundazed has a recent reissue of it. They may have done it in the past. I don't know. Maybe Ron knows. Ron doesn't make a lot of videos anymore either. What's going on with you guys? Site community. Derek makes videos. Derek, not Derek Higgins, the other Derek. They both live in Nebraska, so it's hard to say, hey, Derek in Nebraska. But the younger Derek, we'll say. How about? Let's just go with David Bowie next. So this is Ziggy Stardust, and it's on the original Dynaflex, which is pretty crummy condition. It's got the original inner sleeve too, so that was kind of a cool pickup. We'll go with the next David Bowie one next. This is The Man Who Sold the World. Now I have a reissue of this from the early 70s on, I think it's on RCA. This one's on Mercury, so I believe that might be the original, or this might be the second pressing. I'm not exactly sure on that. I know are there three covers? There's the one I have it's on RCA. It's all black. It shows him, doing like a karate style kick. And then there's this one. There might be one other cover, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Price is right on both those. I think we'll save that one for last. And then I also got this. This is a 1971 UK pressing, and it was pretty cheap, and that's because, as you can see, the front cover, if I can show you, got a little dinged up, so somebody tried to take a pen, forgot to fill that one in. So they tried to repair it with a black marker. Not the person selling it. I mean, he's like, the cover is kind of dinged up. So the price was pretty cheap on that, and it's on that High Fly 71 UK pressing, Electric Warrior, T-Rex. I accidentally purged my T-Rex records, and so it's been a slow grind getting them back. I was going through stuff, getting rid of records, and they ended up in the wrong pile. So last but not least, okay, I've kept you guys long enough. This is a early 70s, I'm not sure when, because Discogs doesn't show it, but this isn't, because it's on an orange label. And it's on Dynaflex, not Dynagroove. The originals are the black. This is the orange label, so it's probably earlier mid 70s. Price was right on this too. This is Odetta, sings Dylan, and she makes these songs her own. I mean, fabulous talent was Odetta. Once again, also starred in an episode of Have Gun Will Travel. Richard Boone as Paladin. Yeah, in episode 6, season 6. Pardon me, not episode 6, season 6, which would be the 62-63 season. I can't remember what the name of the show, which the title of the program was called, but her husband, her wagon's broken down. She's trying to stop her husband. He's going to be hung, and he's guilty of the crime, and he wants to be hung. It's kind of weird. Abdominal travel it's pretty heady for its time. It's not like the traditional westerns. It quotes a lot from authors, and it's some of them are kind of like watching. Honestly, like watching Twilight Zone, I would say. Anyhow, so that's my vinyl find. So I want to thank everybody once again for stopping in. Probably the last video from the great old Pacific Northwest. It's looking more and more like this move's going to be happening, and probably here in the next month or two. So I probably won't be picking up a lot of vinyl. So if you don't see a video from me, the channel's not gone. It'll be back, but it'll be greetings from the Gulf Coast. So we'll find out. If you see a video from me in a couple of weeks, it means it didn't work out, and I'm not bought more records. So see you next time. Bye.